Hi folks, my name is Rudy Vedovell. Grew up in the Holland area and went to Holland High School and then on to Michigan State, which I graduated in 1994 with a degree in landscape architecture. Now 14 years under my belt with a business by the name of Lots of Green. We offer a range of products and services from personalized landscape design and construction or installation, ponds and patios. We also do plant layout and installation. And also, I think one of the things that sets me apart from others is that if you want to do it yourself, I'm happy to work with you on that parameter, lay the plants out for you so that you know that it's done professionally and correctly, and all you have to do is put the green side up. My whole life's philosophy is that of a contrarian opportunist. I like to look around and see what everybody else is doing and do the complete opposite. Really have something that's going to set your house, your environment, your outdoor room apart from everybody else's. Usually the first thing we do is we just sit at the kitchen table, and I don't do like a presentation. We just have a conversation, and it's just pretty laid back, and just slowly try to get into their head and heart as to what their needs and expectations are, and budget, see what their budget is, and how I can help share some examples of past work and products and services that I can deliver that are very cost efficient and would really be well suited for whatever their parameters are. Design. We've got the we've got a budget laid out and an estimate of, we know how much this is going to cost. That's when I really start to figure out what are we going to do this year, and try to figure out what parts are the most important. Usually it's the front yard, the part that you see when you drive in. Sometimes it's the backyard because that's the part that they're using the most. Heart of landscape design is really understanding people, like how are they going to cut across this little path right here? Do I have to design something special for that? And how are they going to interact and move in a space? And so yeah, that's kind of what I mean is really getting into people's heads and understanding their needs and what they want to do with a given space. I'll tell you a great story about a gal that called me up, and elderly woman that felt like she didn't have a lot of money to spend, and she was like, "Oh, you're probably not interested in me." It ended up being about a $2,000 project, and I don't care whether a project is $2,000, $20,000, or $200,000. I love working with everybody, regardless of where their pocketbook is at. Well, anyway, I did this little garden for her, and she was absolutely thrilled with this garden. And I got a call that next spring. This was a fall job. I got a call that later that spring, and she had tell me about an accident that she'd had. She's a harpist, and she instructs harp playing, and she had a slip and fall accident, and it had damaged her eye such that she could not leave the house. She couldn't play her harp. She couldn't do anything except look out her little front door, out her front window, onto the little garden that I did for her, and all the spring bulbs were coming into bloom. And it's probably one of my greatest joys. She looked at me and she's like, basically she said, "You have no idea how much joy I get out of my little garden." And that was awesome. The Clearbrook Country Club project is one of my favorite jobs. The clients are actually dear friends of mine. This was a project done 4 years ago. What we came up with was a number of separate gardens within a much larger garden. We had a waterfall and pond, and then a moon garden, a cutting garden, a garden that was just all blue flowers. So it's not just, it's several little gardens within a much bigger garden. And yeah, it's just been neat to hear the response from people. Their customers love to come to dinner and then go stroll through the garden afterwards, and it's just been really fun to watch it grow, and it's really kind of developed into a very beautiful garden over the years. The philosophy of approaching landscape as sustainable, environmentally friendly products, and I really try to help the customer not have me come back and put bark in every year. So I like to cover the ground as much as possible with interesting perennials and ground covers, so that the ground cover establishes and you don't have to keep putting mulch down each year. I get a lot of customers that are like, "Oh, are we gonna have to put a bunch of bark in every year?" No, if we can work together on that, great. I want to do something that looks good immediately, but in 5 to 10 years it's not going to be this crowded mess of plants. There's a concept called live wall that I love, that instead of looking at a concrete retaining wall, the retaining wall blocks have center cells that you can put planting media, and then ground cover. And within 2 to 3 years, you're looking at a green or live wall. And that's pretty awesome. I'm really excited about Micro Boost. I've been using this product for 2 years. It's a great green and sustainable, environmentally friendly product that, in short, is a non-chemical alternative to chemical fertilizers. And the other great thing about it too is that it's cost effective. It's at or below what you're currently paying for your ChemLawn True Green type product. Why would somebody use lots of green? We're friendly, we're professional, we're efficient, and of course we're green.